Hey fuckers, Young Oorah here. Many of you guys know things have been really serious. This video is kind of relating to that topic that happened in my last video because many of you guys are saying like, oh, how do you have the audacity as E3 to call it E5? You don't know jack crap. You know, you're just a reservist, you're just a lance corporal. This video is going to be talking about the reality of getting promoted in the Marine Corps, as well as it's going to help a lot of you guys, the people who hate me as well, if you guys have questions on how you get promoted in the Marine Corps, okay? And I'm here to teach you because this is how you get promoted in the Marine Corps. Basically the same for active duty and reservist, but I'll go into detail the differences of the two, okay? So hope you guys can follow me and understand what I'm saying, okay? It'll answer the whole argument of like, oh, how's E3 calling E5, okay? First of all, I've probably been in longer than Nava, okay? I've been a Lance Corporal for about 3 years now. That's a long time to be a Lance Corporal, okay? Let me head into promotion part. So in the Marine Corps, right, you go from E1 to E3 automatically, right? You get promoted automatically unless you get NJP and whatnot, right? And you get demoted or whatever, right? For whatever reason. But naturally, if your job goes well, your career goes well, from E1 to E3 is automatic, right? But once you hit E3 and you want to go from E3 to E4, which is a corporal, which is an NCO in the Marine Corps, non-commissioned officer, you're gonna have to go through something called, right? Let me write this down for you, okay? A cutting score, okay? Excuse my sloppy writing, okay? Something called you guys can see that? Something called a cutting score, all right? That is a cutting score. So what is a cutting score? The cutting score is basically what the Marine Corps is telling that you need to get, the points that you need to get in order to promote from an E3 to E4. Same thing from E4 to E5, right? All the points that you get from your combat fitness test, your physical fitness test, your range score, and for some people, Marine courses, which is PME, professional military education. It's online. It's like online courses you do, and you do like Lance Corporal seminar, right? That it all kind of goes into one. Those are the points that come together and give you a composite score. All right, a composite score is basically the total amount of points you get from all those things combined, right? But what many people don't understand, especially people out of the military, is that every MOS has a different cutting score. Even active duty and reservists all have different cutting scores, even with the same MOS, okay? For example, why have I been in E3 for such a long time? Even though I have a first class combat fitness test, I have a first class physical fitness test, I'm an expert on the range, right? And I'm also PME complete, and I also done like book reports to, boost my chances. I don't know. The books you use for combat reading list, and your pros and cons, are good. My pros and cons are pretty good, but sometimes, like for example, my MOS, right? Even though you have a really good cutting score for your MOS and or as a reservist, sometimes people don't get promoted because one, either the MOS is closed, or two, the cutting score is just really freaking high. And sometimes even the highest cutting score may not even get promoted, right? Because like I said, the MOS could be closed or it's just too high. For example, my corporal, he's been a corporal for a long time. He has the second highest composite score in the Marine Corps Reserves for this MOS. Second highest out of all the people in the Marine Corps who have that MOS in the reserves, right? That's pretty impressive, okay? And he still hasn't gotten promoted because his cutting score his composite score is in like the high 1800s, right? But the cutting score is in like the low 1900s, okay? Let's bring admin in, for example, since Nava's MOS is admin, and I'm not talking crap, okay? His cutting score, right? His MOS cutting score from like, for corporals is, it says right here, 1536. Our MOS, right, for my rank, from Lance Corporal to Corporal, is sitting at around the 1700 marks, right? It's a lot higher. 100 points is a lot, because it takes a lot to get 100 points. Sometimes you gotta, like my corporal, he signed for another year. That's 100 points, but that's a year's worth of going on base and serving, right? So most of your score comes from a good PFT score and a good CFT score, okay? It doesn't matter if you have first class anything, right? As if the cutting score is extremely high, it becomes extremely competitive, and sometimes a lot of people don't reach it. Even the #1 Marine doesn't even get to reach it, right? And from sergeant, to staff sergeant is based off of fit rep, and from staff sergeant, up and beyond is like by board, right? You get selected, okay? And I don't know the details of it, but I know you get selected, right? You get put on the board, right? And fit reps, all that jazz, okay? So my point is here, even though some people have been a shorter time in the Marine Corps, they can still outrank the person who's been in longer, right? I'm not saying that rank don't matter, because rank does matter a lot in the Marine Corps, right? But at the same time, as leaders, you know, you have to see, like, sometimes lance corporals that have been in for a while may know their job more than some superiors, and that's fine, as long as they can talk it out man to man and be okay with the lance corporal teaching a corporal, for example, of what they know. You know, it's a team effort, right? You're supposed to compile your information together and work together for the greater cause, right? For the same mission. Because I've seen lance corporals who are more experienced in their job than whoever was higher rank than they are, right? With that misconception of like, oh, you're an E3, you can't call a sergeant, right? My thing with the Marine Corps is I always encourage people not to be a blue falcon, right? When we screw them over on purpose. In no way was I trying to screw anybody over. In no way was I disrespecting rank. In no way was I trying to do any of that. All I'm saying is, hey, I will call people out if it's really jacked up. And so for some of you guys, you may not see what I was saying in the last video. You know how, especially when I brought socioeconomics and theories and studies, because if all I did was base my opinions on my feelings and just express my feelings and opinions, I'm just considered bitchy. You know, I didn't offer any facts or solutions, or I'm just be hating on him. You know, that wasn't a hate video. The definition of hate is like you literally have biased and uncomfortable opinions about somebody and you want to make them feel bad. No way was I trying to make anybody feel bad. So I hope that clears up the whole controversy. It's like, oh, you're an E3, you don't rate, this and that, you know, he's an E5, blah, blah, blah. The thing is, I graduated boot camp when I was a PFC, and I only got promoted once out of the almost 4 years that I've been in the Marine Corps. Again, it's not this cookie cutter bullcrap. The reason why I say cookie cutter so much because everybody has made cookies or seen cookies being made. It's all the same simple look. It's not. This stuff right here, this promotion stuff, not many people know it. And I guarantee you some Marines don't know it. You know, a lot of Marines know it, but some Marines don't know it. And anybody who's, you know, knowledgeable about promotions, correct me if I made any mistakes, alright? My point is, sometimes lance corporals, the reality is, they may know their job more than somebody who's higher than them. And that's okay. As long as that higher up can understand that, hey, I may not know something, and it's okay for a guy, my subordinate, to teach me in a respectful way of what's wrong. It's alright. It's all good at the end of the day. We all come together. I remember I had a staff sergeant. He always trained us to be a man. And that's what he always preached. Be tough. Be a man. You know, that's basically what he always preached. And you know that song from Mulan, Be a Man? Like, that's the vibe that he gave off. Like, he wanted us to be a man. No matter how hard it is, he'll give us tough love. Right? Instead of saying, like, hey, you're an E3 or whatever, so you don't know anything at all. Which is not true in some cases, right? He talked to us man to man. He was a mentor, and he shared his experiences, and he was open to our experiences as well. And he was open to our knowledge as well as we were open to his knowledge. There's a mutual respect between a subordinate and a superior. Without a subordinate, a superior is nothing. Without a superior, a subordinate is nothing. You need leadership and cohesion. That was what I was trying to get at. There was no hate and there was no disrespect in rank. Okay, that is what I was trying to get at. I hope you guys understand. And if I have to continue these videos to clarify myself, which I don't feel like I need to, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not afraid to call out stupid crap. There's a lot of stuff about him that I may have to say that you guys may not want to hear, right? Because, you know, we did talk personally and it didn't go well. Okay? And in no way am I saying, oh, I'm exposing him, right? But hey, at the end of the day, show what's real. Kyle Gott's gonna call me out. Go ahead. If you're gonna blame socioeconomics, go for it. I'm not hating. If you wanna ignore the facts, go for it. If you're just gonna say I'm a hater and whatever, and you guys go ahead. All you're saying is I hate socioeconomics, I hate social engineering, I hate stoicism, the theory of stoicism. I hate all that. That's what you're telling me. You're not hating me, you're hating the theorists. You're hating the people who came up with this theory. You're hating the people who came to theorists in order to explain crimes, right? And all that. Or manipulation of a society. That's all you guys are hating, alright? But anyways, if you liked the video, thumbs up. If y'all didn't, thumbs down. You do you. And remember, if you get jiggy, don't forget to ride a piggy. Thanks for watching. Oorah.